Transport Canada has issued an order to CP Rail to change its working conditions on some BC routes. They say drivers on those routes are suffering excessive fatigue. My next guest says the order doesn't go far enough. Clinton Marquardt is a transportation fatigue expert. He's worked with the Transportation Safety Board on this issue, and he joins me live from Ottawa. Let's begin with these specific routes and why the order was issued for them in BC, sir.
Hi. Well, I suspect the order was issued because out in BC and on the routes that they're targeting, the trains are longer, heavier, and they tend to be away from home terminals for longer periods of time, which tends to keep them up longer. And then when they drive home, they're oftentimes fatigued.
You know, commuters who drive in and out of the city, they know what their max is, but walk me through what would be a typical 24-hour period for these particular drivers and engineers.
Sure. Well, one of the biggest problems is that there is no typical day for them. Their schedules are so unpredictable that they never know when they're going to be leaving and coming back home. And that's the biggest problem here. So not an atypical day, but not normal, would see them getting up in the morning, taking a train out to an away terminal, maybe a 5, 6, maybe even 8-hour ride. They try and get some sleep, and then they have no idea when they're going to come back home on another train. So they have to manage their sleep in the middle there. And at times, after having their 8-hour sleep, they may be awake for a substantial period of time, which could put them on the train home, being awake for 17, 18 hours.
It sounds like a scheduling issue, does it not? I don't know. Does it seem like an easy fix, or is that me just being naive?
Well, from a biological standpoint, it is an easy fix. You just need to have set schedules for all of the operators. Now, biology and industry don't necessarily see eye to eye. Industry probably could not run very easily on a set schedule, but I think it is doable. They could introduce time pools where operators would work only within a certain span of time during the day, which would then allow them to get regular sleep, essentially the same time every day. Because
if we don't figure this out logistically, what does sleep deprivation look like?
Well, as I mentioned, some of these operators could be driving a train having been awake for 18 hours or longer. If you're awake for 18 hours, your performance is very similar to somebody operating a motor vehicle with a blood alcohol concentration of 0.05%. So there are some significant risks. Your reaction time slows down, amongst other things, and it can become very dangerous.
Finally, Clinton, you're saying this order doesn't go far enough. What do you mean? Should it be, include CN? Should it be across the country? Your thoughts?
I'd like to see all freight rail operations take a good look at TC's order and think about how they could adopt it themselves. Right now, it's just protecting that group out in British Columbia, but they're not the only freight rail operators working within very similar conditions to that.
I want to thank you for your time, Clinton. Appreciate it.
Thank you.